Eagles wear boxing. Y'all know what it is, man. Don't pretend. Yep. We just in here for a little bit. Uh, yep, just in here for a little bit. Not in here for. We're not in here for a life sentence or nothing like that. Just gonna go over a little bit of the BS that's going on. Whatever. Just want everybody to make sure y'all take care of yourself out there. Take care of you and take care of your family. It's all you got. If you just got you like me, then that's what you got. I mean, I got more, but I just kind of I ignore everything. I ignore a lot around me. Maybe it's not that good to do that, but that's what I do. Heck, stuff falling everywhere. Uh, that's right. I'm just sitting back, relaxing. On this African bird peppers. Whew. Like how much you gotta do, man? I don't know what it is, and the peppers is hot. Like any of those red hot peppers, man, they mix it in with my tea and everything. That stuff is hot, hot. But yeah, trying to figure out what's going on with these people, man. What's going on with the whole situation? Okay, with Crawford. The last thing I got right now was that Canelo said that that the Crawford deal is off because what is he gonna get out of beating up a smaller guy? Said it doesn't do anything for his legacy. I agree with him, but I don't know if that's the honest, like the complete truth. I don't know, but maybe Bud can beat him. I'm starting to become like a Bud believer. Like Bud, Bud can be the heavyweight now. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to, not believe, but I'm starting to entertain those ideas. If Bud fights like a heavyweight or something, because he just said, I'm gonna move up to light heavyweight. I'm gonna move up to heavyweight or something like that, just to show y'all just how great I am. If he does that, well, if he accomplished it, then I'll be like, wow, that dude is just. Then he would take over as being the greatest of all time. He'll take over Ali's spot. But that's still questionable when it comes to Sugar Ray Robinson and Ali too, though. Yeah. But yeah, I would put him way up there. He would be up there, like way up there. It's just hard to replace Ali though, because Ali's just like a fan. He's just like a favorite. Because it's not just. We know it's not a sport. We know it's entertainment, and we know it's work. So it's really, if you look at it that way, as entertainment and sports, then I mean entertainment and work, then you just don't um, you don't look at it the same way. You know what I mean? You don't look at it the same way no more. You don't look at it as just, oh, he a great boxer or nothing like, yeah, but you could be a great boxer. Now if we just look, so I think we got to start separating stuff. So we got to separate it to where we're looking at it um, from a sporting aspect. I mean that's kind of bad that we have to do that, but you really have to separate the two. It's like any other job. It's like any other job. If you have a job and it requires like some type of physical labor. I mean, if you all you have the same position as somebody else, everybody knows. I mean, each worker knows the strengths of the other workers because they got to watch them because you're kind of competing. Like, I don't want to get fired because I'm doing less than them. But some people you just don't expect, you know, to do a certain amount. So you mean it's okay. You don't. They don't. They probably don't have to worry about their title, their job, their position because of the work they put in. See, but the thing when it comes to, you know, sports and boxing in particular, we know what somebody brings to the table, right? And that's how we're subconsciously we're determining how much their worth is, even though we don't pay them. We're kind of determining what what they're worth. Oh, he don't deserve this. You know, we get critical. You know, we don't have nothing to do with their pay, but then we get all critical about their pay. Oh no, yeah, we need to they need to cut his funds down a little bit. They doing a little bit too much. Or he asking for too much. I mean, even though we see, we see what they bring to the table, it's just that we feel like that's our position. Our position is to let people know how much somebody's worth. It's not our job though. At our own job, yeah, we can. The same thing happens on our own job when you think about it. The same at your work. The same thing happens at your work. That they'll be paying somebody, and they're paying the person that they're paying them more than what they really deserve. But then again, you don't know what they're doing after work, or you don't know what because some people supplement. I mean, they will supplement what they do. So they'll supplement their work when you don't even know. They're coming in early or something like that to make up, which is illegal, working off the clock and all that. But, I mean, it's not, what you going to say about that? You can't say. If you found out, if you got that Karen in your system, then you might tell. But we're going to get the fights that we get. And if the money's there for Canelo versus Bud, then we'll get it. But a lot of the people that's in the business is saying that the money's really not there for it. And it's not that Bud can't beat Canelo, but they don't think it's that much money in the fight because the overwhelming consensus is that it's just not going to be good for Bud. And this goes back to wagering and stuff like that. Right? I'm just saying. I guess I could say wagering without any kind of problem or hassle, right? So I'm just going to say because of the wagering and stuff. So would I like to see? Of course. Show us. Show me. I want to see everybody go at it. Okay. With this, one of our brothers, D'Lo, he's finally speaking on Teofimo, so I'll go check that out later. If I got enough time to check that out, I'll go check that out to see what my brother got, see what D'Lo got up in here. I just kind of relaxed right now. I got to go to work late. I don't feel like working. I feel like getting paid though. I just feel like getting paid. I don't feel like the work though. I think I'm good on the work. I'm good. I don't need. I mean, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Y'all can just go ahead and pay me. We'll just leave out the middle, man. This pay me. You know what I mean? Since I don't feel like going to work, I don't really want to do nothing. I just want to sit on my ass. So I don't really feel like getting the crowd hyped up and stuff like that, because they really disappointed me yesterday. I tried to get them all hyped up, and then they was acting like I was some kind of foreigner or something like that. I'm like, I'm speaking English. Like, but they was acting like I was some kind of foreigner or something. I'm like, what, really? I mean, I changed hats. I don't know how many times, like 5 times yesterday. Let me try my suavemente. on them. Didn't work. Let me try my enthusiasm on them. Didn't work. Let me try my excitement on them. Didn't work. Let me try my psychology on them a little bit. Didn't work. Okay. Let me just be me. Which which all those are me, but I just, didn't work. Let me try the logic on them. Didn't work. It's like, God dang, man. What's going to work? And that happens in all work. Just like this boxing is work. So in boxing, if you are adept enough in boxing, then you could change a lot of things with your boxing. Now people get so mad on, and I'm not going to live with this. You can't teach an old dog new trick. I'm not going to live with that like a lot of people are going to live with it. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to live with that. A lot of people, they want to live by that, but I'm not going to do it. Didn't wash out all the shampoo. But anyway, yeah. So I'm not going to live with that. No, you can't change, because it's just like any the sports that have plays. So you got to look at boxing as being a sport that has plays. But you don't do plays with the ball. You do plays with your body, in your hands. That's where you plays. A lot of times plays are, you're setting up picks in basketball. You know, you're screening out. Even in football, you could do a fake block on somebody and have them like going crazy. Do a fake block and have them, let them rush on in, and then you pull, you help on another side. Baseball, there's different plays. Try to get the bunt, try to get the grounder. I mean, just to get on base. There's a lot of things that you got to do. So it's just different plays. Just like in hockey, they play that they get up, they get ahead, and there's not that much time. In which I didn't even know they don't have no goalie out there. The goalie don't be just be an empty net there, and everybody just be playing defense. Everybody's trying to play offense. I think that's what it is. Everybody's playing offense because they need the goals, so they just leave the net. I have a friend. He's a professional sports bettor. He always betting on sports. He got so much set aside just for sports gambling. What's up, brother? I see you, Derek. I see you, man. Yep. I'm tired of all this storming over here, man. It's not raining right now, but it's about to come down and get her. There she is. I put her name up there, Lala D. She said, Cynthia. Yep. Salute, folks. Salute, fam. I see y'all. Yeah, I see Lala. Yeah. Lala, you was up late. Because it was late here, so you was up real late. And guess what, girl? I still didn't go to sleep. After messing with you early this morning, I still didn't go to sleep. I was still up. A lot of these hollering at Derek. Yep. I was still up. I think I'm kind of tired, but it's all right. As long as I don't get sleepy, I get back over here to work. As long as I don't get sleepy. But these people, they've been weird. This area that I gotta go promote at, there's some weird people. Some places I go, they just really weird people. Y'all think it's fun or something like that? A lot of these say, I want to go. At one time, because she see me over at the beach, Yeah, she said, I want to go there. It's nice, but all that stuff is. I haven't even been over. I haven't been down there for right now because I could have went there. I was just over there, but I think that I think it's just a lot of a lot of some of the pier I think disappeared, and a lot of those beachfront and some of those buildings got really messed up. Yeah, they got really messed up. Derek Bay said peace at the Queen. Lala D. Said, yeah, I get up around 1 a.m. Said stay up until around 3:30, 4:30. Then get really sleepy. Yeah, I don't go to sleep, and it's I don't want to say nothing on the air right now, but I think it has something to do with the. Let me put it this way so y'all can understand. You guys already know. I think it has something to do with the G forces, and I think if we eliminated some of those G forces, I think we'll be able to, we'll be able to actually get sleepy. And that's the truth. I really think it is. I think it has something to do with these G forces. And I'm not saying for you to wire mesh everything. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go out and wire mesh everything. It's not. It's probably too expensive. But maybe where you rest at, maybe where you sleep at, maybe you have to wire mesh something, or you have to create some kind of interference. I just thought about something right now now because nobody has it. I was just thinking about a new product, a new product. So maybe I'll get the chance to work on this. It's a good idea too. I just don't want to spill it because every time I spill something, it seems like less than 6 months later, the idea that I was just given, that the idea that I just had is out there in production for some reason, and I just don't get that. I know all this smart stuff takes over, and I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but all this stuff, this so-called smart, every time it seems like because I was looking at cars, and I have no business looking at cars, but I was looking at cars, and the next moment, like the next day, seemed like every app or everything that I opened up, here goes an advertisement for the car or the brand that I was looking at. I'm like, how? I said, how in the hell did this happen? And it's just because I don't erase my browsing history until it's time to clean. When it's time to clean the system, then I erase all my browsing. I'm like, that's why they're catching on. They know exactly what I'm doing. So they just throw up all these advertisements and stuff. They putting up the wrong name because I give them the wrong name when if I'm inquiring about something, I don't give them the right name when I'm inquiring about it. Well, they're gonna say my name wrong in the first place if I write my name, so I don't write my name. So I write different names and stuff. Matter of fact, this is crazy. Now, this is crazy. Yeah, the apps be listening, Derek. So the apps be listening. Yeah. So this is what's crazy, Derek, is that believe it or not, I actually got a credit card. I think the limit is either 8,000 or 9,000, something like that. 8, 9, 10,000, a credit card, and it's not in my name. It's in my fictitious name. I be cracking up, and they be but I pay it off. I'm like, I be paying. I'm like, that's crazy. I tell people, I said, look, I said I got a credit card. No joke. I said I have a credit card that's not underneath my name. So when people see it, like if they have to ask for me to show my card, I show it to them, and it's like, that's funny because they'll look at it like, hey, that's not even your name. I said, yeah, no, I got a credit card. I think that happens though. If you got good credit, that you could, you could get credit cards under. You could just make up a name and still get credit. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. Hey, Dick, this is we in February now, man. We got to go see Lala by April or something somehow. Yeah, same thing happens when you talk about something. Yeah, that's why I was trying to use. That's why I said that. That's why I said the G forces and stuff like that. That's why, it's kind of like cold for us. Um, I like to think before I speak. Some people just like to speak before they think, but I like to think before I speak. You know what it is. A lot of people just talking. Like, shut up. You're talking too much. Let out everything. One of our biggest problems here, and I'm not trying to turn this into a certain type of show, but one of our biggest problems, brother, is that they have, when I say they, just take it for what it is. It's not a certain, we can't pinpoint them because if we try, we can't pinpoint them because they're in different. They walk in different avenues. You feel me? So I'll just use this one, and then the other one I'll change. But that's what I say they, because there's certain things we call like we'll call them. I don't. To be honest, I'm not really good at this whole this ethnic thing. I'm not good at that. Probably the worst one. I'm the worst one at the generalization of it, or the specification of it. I'm not that good. But I notice there's certain people from certain what they call races or whatever you want to call it, and they are allowed to be like they're allowed to be a certain country, but on top of them being from a certain no, as far as them being named a certain country, like they'll say, for instance, this is used for an example, I'm French, but then they can give you a name of what part of France that they're from. See, and they can be separated. Then you can have somebody for another example that's from Italy, and they can specify and go even deeper, like Sicilian or whatever, and then they can go even deeper than that. But then you have groups of people where they just throw them all in the same category. They just throw them all in one pot, and they kind of blend them and melt them together, but they're not blended or melted together. And they'll just call them specifically one thing only. And then these people will fight and argue that they are that, but they're not. That's not who they really are, because what it is just made up. And that's what a lot of the problems are in this country, is that you take a group of people and you put them all in one pot. It's like putting different species of crabs or lobsters in a pot or in a tank and expect them not to fight and not to get along. And that's what happens. And that's why we'll just keep reiterating the same thing. What you're saying is you're saying nothing. When you're not saying I'm Italian and breaking it down further and further, if you're just using, like for instance, you're using a object to describe you, and that's not you. You are all different, but you're using the object. If you say, "Oh yeah, we're the bulb people," like say for instance, like a light bulb, but we're the bulb people, BULB. That's who we are. We're the bulb people. If you look it up, legally, you would never find a group called the bulb people, but you're stuck on calling yourself a bulb, and you just keep calling yourself bulb. Or even better, you just call yourself the sun people or the flower people, and you just keep saying that, and people start looking it up. So I can't find sun people in here. I can't. I can find sunflower, but I can't find sun people in here. But you guys are sun people, and everybody calls you sun people. That's all they call you is sun people, and you accept it. Like, yeah, I'm a sun person. I'm sun. I'm sun. That's who I am. I'm sun. I'm sun, and I'm proud of it. But then you look up anything legally, you don't see nothing about the sun people. Say, well, you guys don't exist. But they continually make themselves exist by their own verbiage and by their language, and even they'll label their businesses. They'll say it's a sun-owned business, or this is sun this or sun that. But it doesn't exist. So why do you use it? And you say, well, the people didn't allow me to know who I was, so now I'm just a sun person. I'm just calling myself sun. That's not true. Nobody can take stuff away from you. Even your parents teach you that, Derek, when you was growing up, and said they can't take what's in here. Eventually you could lose it though. If you don't eat right or whatever, you get some kind of dementia or something, like you might lose it, but before you get the dementia, pass it on. But you keep calling each other son, you can't get nowhere because there's no legal basis to call yourself son. So I would say that, gain yourself a nation. Explain to these people. Explain. And if you're under some kind of a government or whatever, you got to explain to these people, hey, this is what I am. This is what we are. And we need to be recognized because we are the beginning. That's like if there was the oldest mountain on earth and they just called it Sky. But he has his name. His name is Beginning Mountain. That tells the whole thing. If they ignore him the whole time, all the other mountains and every hills and stuff ignore him and just call him Sky Mountain, and the rest of them have like really names, like they actually have names, but he just known as Sky Mountain. And he's accepted. Okay, so I guess I'm Sky Mountain. If he doesn't put his foot down, and say, you know what, I'm not Sky Mountain. I am Beginning Mountain. Before anybody else is here, I'm here. Me. I'm beginning. Give me my respect. You see? And I know in this chat, I know that was kind of a coded type of a message. I'm trying to keep us safe, but at the same time, I'm trying to make it apparent. It's transparent, but I'm trying to keep it apparent so people will know that this is what's goes on in where we live at. That's what goes on. We brothers and sisters, of course. And even on the physical side, we brothers and sisters. But see, the difference being is, see, I know a lot of people that come in here that we're like spirit. We are like spirited people. That's our biggest sense of stability. It's not the physicality, it's our sense of spirit that we have in here when we come up in here. And I know everybody's looking for boxing. Oh, you ain't talking about no boxing. Not you guys, but you know. I've seen people coming in and going, I know. Oh, he ain't even talking about boxing. I will get to it. There ain't shit to talk about when it comes to boxing. We're going to talk about Tio. What you want to talk about? He ain't do shit. But anyway, that's our biggest connection. Is through us trying to, you know, we trying to keep each other alive and shit up in here. You know what I mean? I try to protect y'all by telling y'all, you know, that, watch your diet and stuff, because we're not feeding ourselves. And try to feed yourself. Try to, get a co-op with your neighbor. Say, hey, look, I'm gonna grow. I just got a little bit of space. I'm in the apartment right now, but at least, hey, I can grow herbs this year. If y'all can grow something else, we just trade off. It's just like that. It's just like that's our biggest thing. Our biggest thing is right here. It's just but as long as people are calling you son people, that has no legal basis and stuff like that, and you accept I'm a son person, boop boop boop, which don't mean shit, then of course they can do anything you want to, because you're telling them what you're saying is I don't exist. Oh, you don't exist? Oh, I can just do whatever I want to you. You don't exist. You did this because I'm a son person. Of course I did because you're a son person, because son people don't exist, dummy. They don't even tell you that you're dumb. They just tell you, okay, I know you're a son person. That's why I'm beating you like a dog. Ego went all the way to the sun to make that point to get him, though. Yep. Derek says, oh, yeah, same thing happens when you talk about something. Yeah, we should take a trip 100. Yeah, we're going to make that trip, though. Lala D, she just throwing up all kind of recipes. She's pissing me off, man, because she's throwing up all kind of new recipes and stuff. Use that bogus credit card you have. Yeah. Hey, what I told you, 8 to 10 grand. But think about it, though. If you think about it, even though it's associated with my one of my accounts, I can still fight that and win. I actually fought against that card one time before. I fought against that card one time before because of some actions that was on that card. I got pardoned for about a couple of stacks. Yeah, that's right. I could pay for everybody's trip and be like, you know what? I don't know how this got associated with me, but that ain't even me. And I win in court. I win in court like right away. But the only thing about that, if I win in court with that, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to get rid of it. That's gonna be the hurtful thing, is I use the money on it, but then I gotta get rid of it. They gonna take it. They like, shit. You beat us. You got us for $6 grand. That's it. We taking this. Yeah, Sante. Our diet restrictions are one of the biggest signs that we're in a different category than other groups of people when we try to eat those Oh, nations. Yeah, you're right. We died. God told us so. You got, oh, my sweetheart, my Lala D. Lala D has finally, she has said something in here that makes sense. That will run people out of here. Um, I'll read the rest of what you wrote, but yeah, she says something that will run the rest of y'all out of here because y'all, oh, they waking up. Yeah, we knew this we knew this from the start. But see, our frustration is that we have the means, but we just don't use them because we're looking for other means. That's our biggest problem. We look for other means. Stop looking for other means and just use whatever we got right now. That's what we got to use. We got to use what we got right now, folks. You know what I mean? We got to use what we got. There's people, like I said, there's people that call on me all the time because for some reason, because like I said, it's that spirit that connects you. And they call on me because it's the spirit that connect them. Oh, by the way, Lala, I sent you another message this morning. Just to let you know, I gave you my other email. But yes, that's a huge point. But we got so far away. You know what happened? I'm gonna tell you. This is what happened. This is one thing that happened, and y'all know it's true. The one thing that happened is there's people that are here, and I don't want. Oh, you're separating us, and no, that's not why I'm bringing up this point. There are people here, and it could be anybody, and it could be from any country. So just calm down. There's people here that have a knack. They have a good nose. They have a knack for stuff like seasoning and developing and stuff like that. Smoking and not cigarettes, but I mean like smoking vegetables and smoking meat and grilling stuff and seasoning stuff to where it tastes a certain way that they force their own taste buds to get so accustomed to it that that it makes it hard for them to switch to do what's right. But I tell you what, I can sit there like I won't eat a steak or nothing like that. I'm not gonna eat no meat or nothing, no matter what it smells like. The house can smell amazing. But if I grab me a nice ripe mango or something like that, that brings me back down to earth. Like, oh wow, this is what I'm supposed to be eating. For me, that mango tastes way better than any kind of meat or anything else I could have. That's for me. My body just, it's like my body rejoices when I have that. If I have some old heavy meat or something like that, no matter how seasoned it is or how good it is, my body's gonna fight me about that damn steak. From time it goes in until the time it comes out. It's gonna be stuck in my teeth. It's gonna probably, no matter how tender it is, it's gonna be hard to get down. I'm gonna feel that digestion all night. You know, it's like I'm gonna be like, you know, and then that next day, when push comes to shove, the push is gonna need a shove. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. You said we don't follow the diet, we get very sick and die. These other nations of people can tolerate a lot more in their diets than we can. Yeah, if you're talking about the we people, so we are the we people. We the people. We are the we people. We the real we the people. Because we are the people. We are the people. We are the people. Somebody else wants to be the people, but we are the people. I know people get all mad. But I tell you what, see, on this forum, if I speak here, it's perceived a certain way. But like I said, I had college professors that listened to me, and they listened. And they said they was enlightened. I had people on the street or other people in different situations that learn. They listen and they learn. And I'm not like a great teacher or nothing like that. I keep everything, I try to keep it as simplistic as possible. I keep it simple. I get to the point. I keep it simple so somebody gets it. But within, okay, so we go back to the same thing. So the sun people. So going back within the sun people, what happens with the sun people is the sun people are appointed. They are appointed representatives. They are appointed representatives. And they feel because they look like sun people that the agenda will be the same as the sun people, but it's not. But they accept it anyway. That's because they think that they're looking out for their best interest, and they're not. What you got to realize is stop thinking that people are looking out for your interest, because they are not looking out for your best interest. But people just fall for it. Oh, you're looking out for my best interest. No, they're not. They give two shits about your best interest. They don't care about your best interest, because if they cared about your best interests, what they would be saying on a public forum, but they're scared, they would tell you that you're not Sun people. They would tell you, just like I said, they would tell you that, hey, I'm the beginning. We are. I don't care about these other people. Because people look at stuff and say DNA. Wonder if I told you that Sun people don't have DNA. Wonder if I told you that. Wonder if I told you that that shape that you look at, that twisted ladder that you look at as being DNA. Wonder if I told you that the Sun people don't have that twisted ladder. Wonder if I told you, and you researched for yourself, that the Sun people have DEA, not DNA. Then what would you say? And let's say, for instance, that DEA is more complex than DNA. What would that be saying to you? Would that be saying that you came after and became more developed, or you came before and you are original and you are totally developed, but because you deal with DNA people bring you down to a DNA level when you're supposed to be on the DEA level. Now that might have went over heads, and it might have been a lot of information. But then again, you might have just got what I was saying. You see? Let me just say this. So as being certain people, what happens by being certain people? By being certain people, what happens is, let's say, for instance, that you are on such a this is what happens. Oh, this is perfect. And matter of fact, they did this research themselves. Is they put, so when I say they, in this instance, I don't know the scientists. I don't know the actual name of the study, but you could look at it and you make it maybe Google, or look go to the library and look at the chimp human infant project or experiment. And so what happens is they put these chimps with people, like chimps. So chimps are raised with people, right? And what happens is that chimp starts to develop, and he starts to learn stuff like sign language, and he learns how to communicate with people after a certain way. Now, they did a reverse on that, to where they did the experiment with infants with chimps, like human infants, the so-called human infants with chimps. And what happened is that the child only developed up until like the capacity of maybe like 2 years or something like that, 3 years. They just didn't have no kind of development, you know. They just went up to the chimp's capacity. Whatever the chimp had, that's what the child had. Whereas when you had the chimps that were interacting and growing up with the child around, you know, with adult interaction and teaching them stuff, then the chimp actually developed. So if you take in parallel what I just said about those three initials and what I said about the Sun people, and hopefully it hit a nerve, but hopefully it probably like shocked you and brought you down a notch. If you really think about what I just said, it should like paralyze you for a second. You know what I mean? It should paralyze you. You should feel like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You should have one of those moments where you just like, wow. So that's our case. That we are part of that case study right now. Even though the language was in a bit of a code, I know that you guys got it. I don't know about Gil, because here come Gil. Gil got himself. Gil's up in here. What's up, Gil? He said, Gil Cole's talking to Derek. I'm not even going to read what you said. I'm not even going to. I read it, but I'm not even going to say what you said, because I know you had Derek. You messing with Derek. Anyways, Derek, you got a message from Gil. You know how Gil come in here with his stuff. That's my little brother, though. I F with Gil a lot, man. Y'all know that already. He knows that, too. That's why he do what he... You know that you guys understand that's why he does what he does, right? Because you guys know that I F with Gil, right? So if somebody didn't know, like somebody just came up off the street and they just didn't know, they wouldn't know Gil, and they would think that, oh damn, why is Gil coming in here so harsh on Eagle? But anyway, salute to Gil. But then in the same turn, if they came in here and said something if they said something wrong, Gil would be the first one to chop their neck and talk about my bad next time. Next time I'll just time them out. He'd be the first one to chop their neck. But that's what a lot of people don't understand. That he'll be the first one to chop their damn neck. That's what they don't understand. Yeah, that's why we got out of that other situation where we used to mess with that one group of people. Shit, Gil was the one that told me how they was back talking people, and that's why one of my first shows I was going off. That's why I was cussing dude out. That's why I was telling him that he don't want to see nothing over here. He running his mouth, but he don't want to see nothing. You say what we talking about Eagles every day. No, you got to go back, brother. You got to go. You probably got to go back, man. I'm just trying to break down what about we doing cultures. We was just on cultures for a while, and Lala D was bringing up some good points about. Lala D was talking about, how we not eating the way that we supposed to and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, that's all part of it. It's part of the plan and stuff. It's part of the plan. And I don't know whose plan you might want to look at it being, but yeah, that's all part of it. Yeah, that we don't eat the foods that we're supposed to eat, and and we don't identify with who we're supposed to identify with. No matter if you Native, Indian, or no matter what, we don't identify who we really are, man. If everybody just spoke out, everybody just passed the word around, and we got the people with certain spirit, if we all got on one level, everything would change like overnight. It doesn't have a chance not to. That's the whole point. It doesn't have a chance not to. It's too easy to just break it down. Let's think about it. Okay, let's say for instance that there's a big stadium. There's a big stadium, and it's like there's a whole lot of just angry orange people in there. There's a lot of just angry orange people in there, and they're waiting on the green people to come in. Let's just use purple. They're waiting for the purple people to come in, because they were all, so their expectation, they were expecting, let's say for instance there's 10,000, let's put 5,000 orange people in there. And they're waiting for the purple people to come, because they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna destroy these purple people, right? And these purple people usually get slaughtered by the orange people. They usually do. But they're way more powerful than the orange people. So the purple people decide, well, we're going to go in there, we're going to handle these orange people. They changed their whole mindset. So they came in with the best weapons and the best skill set that they could. They can't, this possible. Because remember, they're already bigger. So they come in and they do that little matchup. So they come in, it's 5,000 of them, but then they bring, so they come in 5,000 strong with a whole different mindset, and they start going at it, and the leaders of the orange people realize that, hey, this ain't gonna work out for us like it used to, right? Do you think after, let's say, a couple hundred go down of the orange people, and they see that no purple people are going down, do you feel that there's going to be a white flag situation? You think that somebody's going to quit? Of course. And I said that just to make this understood, or make this overstood, or make it something that you can stand on, to let you know that the purple, if you're the persons of purple, that all you have to do is stand. You have to forget the agents that are there to keep you from standing. Because there's always agents there to keep you from standing, because they run off of money. You know, you give a person a certain amount of money, oh, okay, forget that, but I'm getting paid. That's everybody's idea, is I'm getting paid, when money is fake, but they realize you're getting paid. If you understood that money was fake, and you realize all the destruction and stuff that happens off of money, off of something that was fake, it should make your stomach sick, but it probably won't, because you still don't get it. Because dollars don't have no value besides the marketplace around the world that accepts it. You could take your money some places where they just don't accept money, and you won't buy nothing. Just to show you how worthless it is. But no matter where you go, they usually will take gold, because gold is worth something. They'll take gold, they'll take spices, they'll take foods, but they don't take your money. Your money's worthless. How many life forces have been dissipated because of fake money? If you actually understand that, then it opens up. Hopefully, it opens up your pineal gland. Look that up, pineal. I know that's a higher level right there, that pineal. I'm not really stuck on that like a lot of people talk about the pineal. It's actually bigger than that, because it's not actually it's not the physical apparatus, or whatever you might want to call it. It's not the physical organ or whatever. It's the signals. Just like when I'm speaking now, it's the signals. It's not that you. It's not your. It's the signals, and also is your receptors. So whatever signal I'm giving you is in the receptors. So what do you guys feel about this whole thing with the Canelo saying that the Bud fight will never happen? That's the words that I'm getting. It'll never happen because I don't have nothing. I won't gain anything because you're too small. So we'll see. Is that the case? Or is that another case of duckery? Are we just playing duck? And also I heard that May 4th, 5th, that we do have a fight. But it's all talk, though, so don't get me to say that it's truthful. I don't see no paperwork. So if it is that Benavidez is fighting Canelo, we may have to go to that one. Yeah. Yeah, this is something else that came up that I've been looking at this little. I've been looking at these statements on different. I haven't really visited none of these channels, but it just pops up on my feed, on my notifications and stuff. And it's saying the inner way is saying that Japanese fighters have more heart than American fighters. So he didn't specify. He just said American fighters, that they have more heart. And I have seen some. I've seen a lot of Japanese fighters quit, and I've seen them get the dog shit beat out of them. So I'm not going to sit here and just, I'm not going to throw American fighters under the bus. I'm not going to throw Japanese fighters under the bus. But when it comes to fighting, it's always going to be individual. Even if you, just like I said, man, people are thinking wrong. When you feel like you're superior in something, because you have an advantage because that's all you've done, or that you monopolize it. Of course, until people can catch up. But I heard that there's a lot of European teams that can beat the NBA teams in basketball because they finally had a chance to catch up. Instead of we were just blowing them out and everything. There's certain things that you just will never catch up to, and that's because, and I'm going to say this again, that the Sun people, their potential is locked. And their potential is locked because they're working with people that are not Sun people. That's why their potential is locked. All the things that you look at, physical things, all the records, like speed records, like track and field records and all that, those are just a fraction of the records that we could set as, the Sun people could set if they wanted to set higher records. They could set bigger than that. But they're not training like Sun people. They're training like humans. They're training like humans, and that's why we can't. That's why we only go so far, because we train like humans. They bring you in here, they condition you. When I say they, just figure it out for yourself. They condition you to write with your right hand and all that. When I started off left-handed, I still do stuff both hands, but you're not supposed to be dominant one hand. You're supposed to have both hands. For us, we're supposed to have, for not us, but for the Sun people. So I'm just gonna keep it. You're supposed to be dominant in both hands. You're not supposed to have a dominant hand. You're supposed to be able to do things either way. Either hand, you're supposed to be able to do things. Yeah, because you are the AM people, the AM people. You're the AM people. You're the morning people. The AM, not the after midnight or whatever, but you're the AM people. Ambient, ambidextrous, and all that. That's who you are. You wasn't allowed to be. But I figure you can change yourself back. You can change yourself back. That's how foolish everything is. Yep. That's how foolish it is. Is that what we're not realizing is that the Sun people have the capacity to succeed, but if you look at that little chimp study I was talking about, when you're with chimps, how in the hell are you gonna ever rise? That's what best people don't know, and they think separation is racism and all that. No, if you're separate, all the species are separated. I'm sorry, elephants are separated from lions. They don't hang out with lions. You know what I mean? Deer don't hang out with elephants and stuff like that. But I know what it is. People get so upset. But the thing about it is they don't, I'm telling you, the people that's other than Sun people, they don't, even though they act like they don't like you, they can't survive without you. Because you're always going to bring some intellect that they didn't have, and then they can steal it. That's why they don't want you. That's why you don't really have the freedom you think you got. You think you're free? They can lock your ass up today. On nothing. On no charges whatsoever. If you think you're free. So don't play with me. Anyway, back to boxing. So, in a way, I think you're running your mouth a little bit too much, and I don't think it's been enough Japanese fighters for us to just go too crazy and say, oh yeah, Japanese fighters got the most heart. Because you're gonna have to bring something you got to bring something to the party first. You can't just say that. You know what I mean? You can't just make that statement without bringing some people to the party. Yeah. A lot of these say I'm back. A lot of these say, Gil, okay. Okay, a lot of she said I'm left-handed. Yeah. I used to be left-handed. But I got converted because of the schools, because of the way that we write. Because we write this way. So I got converted. But sometimes my brain don't know what to do. I think that's why I get messed up sometimes, because my brain like, yo, you left-handed or right? Like I do work sometimes, like I was worked at certain companies, say, oh, you left-handed? Because I'm doing stuff left-handed. I said, oh, no, I just do stuff left-handed. They made me ashamed of being left-handed. Like, what the hell? Don't make me ashamed of being left-handed. Gil say, hey, Lala. Really pretty girls don't hang out with busted girls. God dang, stop it. Gil say, who is the Sun people? Oh, it's just an example I was using, Gil. So I'm trying not to get us banned and nothing. I was just saying, because Sun people, I was just made an example about sometimes you have specific people, like I used Italian, French, Russian, like whatever like that, to explain certain people. And then you got subcategories of Italian. I'm Italian, Sicilian, like that. So I brought that up as an idea, and then I said you have another group of people that's just, they call themselves just the Sun people, and they're not really the Sun people. I just use that for an example, just Sun. So they put themselves under one category, but they're all different peoples, and that's why they can't really get along. That's why they fight and do all kinds of other stuff, because they're not really living as Sun people. They're living as an unknown. They're living as an unknown people that's known under a banner like Sun. They're just known under a banner this Sun, but that's not really who they are. And so they're living, and then they have a higher development, but they're living at a lower development. And so that's what causes a whole lot of issues, because these people are living at a lower development than what they really are. It's easy to figure that out. You know what I mean? They show the story all the time, and they show it in like kids' books and everything else. Like you had the one, I don't know the name of the story, but I've seen it, like I've seen it as a kid and I've seen it as an adult. I think it's called The Ugly Duckling. I think that's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't really keep up with this stuff. I think it's An Ugly Duckling. So, and I don't. So, this let me paraphrase the story. That there was a swan that grew up with these ducklings. This is my understanding of the story. And so at one point, everybody would just like tease him, like he looked awkward and stuff like that. And then when they got to maturity, I guess the swan actually seen his reflection to see that he was actually above all those ducklings. That he was a more majestic bird or majestic creature than those ducks. The way he looked and everything else, even the way he swam. So that's the same story with the Sun people. See, the Sun people are the swans, but they hanging out with a bunch of damn ducks. And the ducks is in charge. And I'm hoping y'all get, I know that some of y'all get what I'm saying. So I just don't, like I said, I'm trying to keep my life together without no kind of trouble. We don't want no problems. Yeah. We don't want no problem. We don't want no issues. But that's one thing we're going to have to do, is that we are going to have to start, or not we, but the Sun people are going to have to start elevating themselves and start living on their level. Because when they achieve things on their level, then everybody gets so excited. They can't, and everything becomes unbelievable. It becomes so unbelievable that they have to more or less supplement themselves and artificially get themselves up to the level of the Sun people, because they got so impressed by it. But that's not even something that you should be impressed by, because I'm quite sure, even though I'm saying Sun people, you have grown up with some of these people that they are not in professional forums anywhere, but they were so much more capable of doing things that you would never believe, and they're not in professional sports or something like that. I used to care for the group home children, and so There was one of the kids. He was like 16 years old, and all that stuff you see him doing the gymnastics, the floor exercises and stuff. He would do that like on our way to the basketball court in like in the grass. He could do all those different flips. He did this one he called a Superman flip, where he stretch out like Superman and he still flip. And then he did one where he just go off one leg and one arm, you know. And I seen somebody else do one where they did a flip where they were walking in the air like this as they was going around. It's like that's nothing. That is still on other people's level. And see, we wonder why they ban certain stuff. They ban certain stuff because the Sun people are capable of doing stuff that other people aren't capable of doing, and that's why a lot of stuff is banned. Oh, we got to ban that. They even in hoops, they banned the dunk for a while until they was able to successfully get the level up to where the regular people could do what certain other people could do. So they changed the rule. Oh, no dunking. It's unfair because you're the only ones that could do it. Weren't the only ones that could do it, but you could do it more consistently. See, when you start to see stuff like that, then you start to see it, then it's gonna start resonating. That's why. That's why. It's not that I'm holding you back. It's just that I'm not allowing you to excel on your level. That's not allowed here. We can't do that here. We're not allowed that. They always put a rule and they put a ceiling on you. It's just like when they did the psychological things on these grasshoppers, and they did the psychological thing on these fleas, where fleas can jump like 2 feet, something like that. So many hundreds of times their body size a flea can jump. But they put these fleas in a jar. Same thing with the grasshoppers. One generation of fleas that they put them in a jar. I guess I don't know how they fed them or nothing. They took care of them, and they put a lid on top of the jar where the fleas would jump and keep hitting their heads. And after a while, the fleas stop jumping at that height, so they could take the lid top off. And the fleas have been conditioned to the point to where they stop even trying to jump. That they would just jump the same height of what the lid was. They wouldn't jump no higher. No, but if they could, they would have just jumped out and freed it. It's the same thing. Is that you're under that same kind of experimentation to where there's something you could do more, but you just won't do it. Oh, that's not allowed. We can't do that. But then they'll go out and do like stuff that's real extreme that you won't do. And I'm saying that's why, and that's another thing they came up with. They called they have these a certain letter, and then the last one is games. They came up with like the Z games, and the Z games was that's more or less most of that kept you out of it. There's a lot of danger involved in that, but you can do it. But a lot of us still do it. But that's just that's a distraction because your natural abilities keep you above. Even in track and field. Track and field, they have an event called the long jump. At one point, because of certain people, the regular people couldn't keep up with the Sun people. What they did is they started doing somersaults or flips to try to get more distance in their long jump. And after a while, they just banned that. Because they had to. They felt, well, we're at a disadvantage because these guys are different. Of course they're different. But they're still not using their differences to the fullest extent because they're still training at your primitive level. If they were training at their level, the level that they need to train at, even in football, like professional football and all that, yeah, they still don't train. The Sun people don't train at their level. They don't train at their level. And these people are well aware of that. Because if you started training at your level in anything, and then you decided, hey, we're going to start our own league, our own team, there's no way they can compete with you at all. Because they can't train at your level, and they The only way they can train at your level, they're gonna have to supplement. They're gonna have to do some kind of supplement, or they're gonna have to make their steroids. We're gonna have to make those legal. Their anabolic steroids. They're gonna have to make those legal. There's the only way they're gonna be able to compete with you. Oh, y'all sir is up in here. I see y'all sir. He said, "What have I come into? What the f are Sun people now?" Well, start getting your ass here on time, and you figure it out. Ask Lala D. And Lala D, I didn't want to laugh at your little statement up there, but I'm gonna leave that little statement alone that you said that the really pretty girls don't hang out with the busted girls. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, y'all, so it's a Gil Coles 100. Eagle needs to tell us. Eagle tried to tell you, y'all, sir, but you brought your ass in late. I come in later now for y'all, but you need to come on in, brother. You a Sun person yourself, man. I just don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Just go back and listen, man. It's just the whole idea of a group. So that's why you said, "What the hell is Sun people?" I'm glad you said that, because that's the way they look at certain groups of people on this earth. Is they look at them as Sun people, and then people say, "What the hell is Sun people?" The people that are actually Sun people will say, "What the hell is Sun people?" That's exactly what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say that because they group you in one category. It's just like sardines. Let me ask y'all a question. In here, honestly, put up a letter, put up a number besides 1. Put up a 1 if you knew that sardines were different fish. Put up a 1 if you knew that sardines were all different fish. They're not just, it's not a group of fish called sardines. Put up a 1 if you knew that. Put up another letter or something like that, or say, "I didn't know that." Put that up. If you didn't know that sardines were, put up a 1 if you knew that sardines is, that's just different kinds of fishes. They just call them sardines. You know what? Let me tell you why they're sardines, because of their size. Did you know that? Now, there might be a species, you might find something that says sardines, but no, it's different groups of fishes. Did y'all know that? So the same thing with the Sun people. Is the Sun people is just like sardines. You're grouping them together, but they're all different. Let me see. Y'all, sir, you might have got some news that we didn't get. Did you get any news, y'all, sir, about Canelo versus Benavidez? How legitimate is that? Because I know you go to different shows and stuff. I don't know who y'all watch. I don't know who Gil watch. I don't think Gil watches too many people. I think Sir Flame. Sir Flame goes to, Lala D goes to a lot of different, she goes to at least, I don't know how many channels she goes to, how many people she visits. But I know she probably visits about 6 people or more. Oh, Lala D. But yeah, let me know if y'all knew that. Did you guys know that? I'm not going to move on until y'all at least answer me on that, if y'all knew that. And also, if this is truthful about what happens in Kansas City, about all that, all the condolences goes out to those people, if it's true. Because I'm not a believer in stuff. I don't believe stuff. Sorry. I'm surprised y'all didn't say anything about that whole thing about the Inoue talking about saying how Japanese are just more, they're more warrior like or whatever. Like they got more heart than American fighters. Than I mean, I'm surprised nobody has. Everybody, do you guys agree with that or something? Okay, you said no idea. Yeah. At least y'all sir said he had no idea about it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That sardines are different fish. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people thought that too. I thought he was avoiding the Mexican monster too, but if he wants to fight him, I guess it just looked. I guess just for Crawford challenging him made him look weak. Only because Crawford's at welterweight, it really made him look like he's real weak because he had to go up what? That's like two. That would have been like two weight classes. Or no telling, or I don't know how many weight classes because Canelo could have made him at light heavy or something. Yeah, so like I said, it's not. Yeah, so you already know how I do it. Though, if it's not, if the paperwork ain't out there, we're not just believing shit just to be believing. Oh yeah, they're gonna fight. Now we don't believe stuff just to believe it, brother. You know better than that. You know we got to have paperwork, bro. Yeah. So how long you know me, man? You know we got to have paperwork. Mm. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, nothing. I thought it was a guy. There's a guy that comes over and he wants to. He collects the. They they do recycle here where you turn the glass in to get recycled in the cans and all that. And usually I keep a lot of cans for these people that pick it up, because they just that's their not they don't work. That's not their work, but they're down on their luck or whatever, and so they do that to supplement their monies. Yeah. I don't know why I had these on. I had these lights on, but I turn them on every once in a while. I turn them on when I do something else. Party people. Do. But the thing is, he's probably is ignoring. I would say that he's probably ignoring the fact, and probably he don't want nothing to do with. He don't want nothing to do with the Mexican monster, but we don't know. It might be. Might be. We just gotta wait and see. You know you're on the waiting game. So don't play. When you know you're on the waiting game, that's where you're at. You're on the waiting game. That's just where we're at. We're in the waiting game. So that's what we're doing. We're waiting. So eventually they're gonna figure it out. But somebody has to fight somebody. That's all I can say. Somebody has to fight somebody. So, maybe we can get these fights. That's all I'm saying, brother. Maybe we can get these fights. It's just not. It's not a lot. It's not a lot to talk about. It's just boxing has, like I said. I got to go back and research. I got to go back and research and find out, how this happened to boxing. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think. Gil, stop playing. No, well, you could call yourself the sardine people. You might as well be the sardine people. You see, Gil said, so what are sardines? You don't know what sardines are? Sardines usually come in either a glass jar, or some kind of odd shaped can, and they are fish. They are steamed fish, and they usually put them in some places. They put them in different kind of sauce. A lot of times it's just salt and oil. For the most part, that's all sardines. It's salt and oil, steamed fish in a can. Where you just pull this little tab off of it and break out some crackers, and that's how people eat them. Because it's steamed fish, you don't eat it. Like it's not fried or nothing like that. You can't fry it. I've seen people heat it up a little bit. I've seen people put it over rice, but usually it's just crazy. You make a sandwich or eat it with some crackers, just like a quick snack. That's what sardines is. I mean, just like I don't know if you heard tuna fish in a can, but that's what sardines are. So sardines, that's all it is. It's small fish. They have to be a certain size. I would say the sardines with the head off are probably like 3 inches, like 3 or 4 inch fish. Gil said, "Oh, so you do know what sardines is?" He said, "I eat sardines with the hot sauce and the crack." Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but no, some of them actually come. Um, they come with the hot sauce now, so you don't have to use your own hot sauce. So the sardines they come with hot sauce, and they come with different kind of sauces. I don't even know how many kind. I don't eat them, so I don't know. I mean, I used to, but when I ate them, they came with like about 4 different sauces. They came plain with the oil, plain, I think maybe with water or something like that. And then they came with the, okay, yeah, no, there's about 5 different flavors. So plain with the water, plain with the oil, hot sauce, ketchup, mustard. So those was the 5 that I remember them having. But I know they got more than that. But those are the 5 that I remember that they had. They had like 5. So they probably have a lot more of them now. But they're not specific. It's not like a specific fish. That's why they taste different. It's like because any small fish, shit. If they didn't pull him up out the water he's the size for a sardine, they just throw him in there. Get your ass in that can. They can't really throw them back, so they just just throw those in the sardine pile. That's crazy though, because shit, it took me so long to know that. I never knew that shit, and then I had to listen to like some kind of nature program to get that information. I'm like, they don't never teach us nothing. They just have us like blind sheep eating everything. Okay, Gil said you like that crystal. That crystal is pretty good, huh? What you like? You like the vinegar? You don't like Tabasco? I take Tabasco's too hot for Gil. There's a place close to where I live at. They sell like, I'm gonna say they sell like 50 different hot sauces. It's at a garlic shop. They sell like because I live close to. I don't live really that close to it. It'll take me like what, about 40 minutes to drive there, if I'm moving pretty good. It's right there where Robert Guerrero lives at. That they got a place that sells the garlics and all that. They got like about 50, 60 different hot sauces in there. But their hot sauce is on a whole different level for some reason. I don't know why they made it so hot. They got hot sauce that's so hot it make your damn nose bleed. That's too hot. They got hot sauce that have warning on it. It has a warning to tell you to use a toothpick size of hot sauce at a time. So in other words, whatever you can put on the tip of a toothpick, that's what you're supposed to use. That's crazy, right? Just think about it. All you can use is a toothpick size? Wow. I don't know what happened. Did I cut off or something? Oh, okay. I'm a little bit behind on y'all's page. I went to y'all's page right now. I'm a little bit behind on you guys' page. Yeah, that crystal, you talking about the one, that's the one with the blue label on it? I like that one, Gil. But the thing is, I'll use like half a damn bottle when I'm eating. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I would use half a damn bottle of that hot stuff. But I make my own because I like the chili flakes. So I use the chili flakes to make my hot sauce. That should be bomb too, though. I make that hot sauce. But I have to learn how to make it. There's another one that I want to learn how to make. It's with I just got maybe trial and error. But there's one that's a little bit smokier. I would like to make that one. But like I said, I meet so many people, so I actually learned how to make the hot sauce from this. It was a Chinese lady. You know, she used to teach me everything. Her husband didn't like it, but she used to teach me everything. I'm like, how you make that? I used to try to figure out how they just let me in the kitchen. I'd be looking at the ducks, see how they make the ducks. I learned how to make their little ginger. I still use the ginger. I learned how to make their little ginger sauce and all that. So, you know, that's what it's good. When you get in good with people, man, they'll teach you. They'll invite you into their world, and you get to learn more stuff, and you get to expound on your knowledge and stuff. You know, just from getting just being around people, you get to you'll learn from being around people. You know, and just exposing yourself to them, and they'll expose themselves back, and they'll let you know what's going on with them. But hopefully we'll get the Monster versus Prunella fight. You know, Carnation. That's what I should just call him, Flower. This Carnation. Instead of calling him Canelo, just call him Carnation. Oh, he done played a lot of people. I think I've only paid y'all, sir. I think I've only paid for one of his fights. I feel good about that. I probably only paid for like one, maybe two. He didn't beat me out of more than that, cause I know I paid for the Mayweather fight. But a lot of his fights, and I think I might have paid for one more. I don't pay for his fights, man. I'm glad I didn't, cause he didn't suck me in. Like, he got a lot of people. So I feel good about myself that I didn't let him, expose my wallet like that. Because he's just, to me, he's just decent. But then again, we just don't have the talent. But, we sticking with boxing. But like I said, like I told you guys before, the Eagle might be out of the boxing business soon. There's only, like another month or two that beach volleyball will come up. Hey, believe me, I know how to meet people. I get in good with the beach volleyball team. I'll be the official photographer. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Eagle got to work, man. He said real boxing is on March 30th. Oh, I know why you said that. You said that because of Keefy Keef. We're going to see what he do, man. I'm pulling for you, Gil. I'm pulling for Keef too, man. So I ain't no Keef hater, man. Don't think I'm a Keef hater. I ain't never been a Keef hater. I just don't like Keef running his mouth so much. He need to shut up and stop acting like he a professor. Just shut your ass up and box. But anyway, y'all know what it is, man. Eagles wear boxing. No matter what day it is, man. It's nothing but peace and nothing but happiness to the family, man. That's it. Peace and happiness, man. Oh yeah, I paid. Yeah, did I say that? Yeah, I paid for that one. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Yeah, I paid for that damn fight too. I think everybody. That's when Mayweather was taking everybody's money. Oh yeah. I see you, brother. That's crazy that you brought that up, man. I'm out of here, but it's crazy that you brought that up because I don't even know if you heard this shit, Gil. They had a sriracha shortage where they was that shit was almost like black marketing. They was sriracha had went up to like I don't know what it was, like $20 a bottle or something. That shit's crazy, man. They got us locked. We're locked in, man. We're locked and loaded. God damn, I'm glad I took myself out of this matrix, man. They got us locked in so tight. Where stuff people can't make their own stuff, man. Locked into sriracha sauce. There's a shortage to be a shortage on sriracha. God dang. Gil said I might as well call it a day. No, I gotta go, brother. Yeah. Let me see. I think I work early. Let me find out when I work. Gil said I remember that shortage. Yeah. I'll check and see when I work tomorrow, cause I think usually it's a weekend. I think maybe maybe half the day I'm not gonna work. So I'll call in. Maybe I come. Maybe we'll just chop it up tomorrow or something like that. Maybe I'll come back or something like tomorrow. Let me just find out right now. and then I'll let y'all know. I'll come then. Maybe we'll just come back and we'll just chop it up on Eagles Web or something like that. That's kind of funny though, how we just got trapped in. But yeah, so just go back and look at the beginning, and then you'll catch up on the Sun people. No call, no show. Oh yeah, yeah. If no call, yeah. If I don't call, yeah, it definitely won't be a show. Yeah, if I don't, but I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know early enough. I'll probably let y'all know before y'all get up. Oh, actually, y'all get up before me. Well, I'll put it in tonight. Yep. Oh, Gil tried to be a bad influence. Gil don't care. He said, Eagle, you been taking time. Well, he looked at it like this, y'all. So he's like, oh, Eagle been taking time off. It's like, what's different? Yeah, I'm gonna check. Yeah, just check it out, man. Yeah, so Gil don't care because Gil like, yeah, Eagle, you been taking time off. But see, the thing about me taking that time off is, y'all know that I wasn't trying to take that time off. I was all happy and shit. I told my boss I was all happy and stuff. But even when I called my boss, I was all happy and stuff. I was laughing on the phone when I was talking to my boss. I said, yeah, I didn't have no assignment. I said, I didn't get my assignments and stuff. So, I said, I didn't go back online to look at my schedule. I said, yeah, I didn't get no assignments. So I assumed that I was off. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So y'all stupid. Y'all sort of said one more shift won't hurt. Yeah, I know. Most people would have got fired, though, but they love me, though. So yeah, they love me though. So of course, Eagle ain't they ain't trying to get rid of Eagle because Eagle I done been through so much shit with them, so they ain't trying to get rid of Eagle. But that's funny though. But a lot of people say that too though. Oh, you can take off when you want to. You just call in or whatever. But I'm not really like a call in last minute type of person though. I've never been sick. I never had like sick days. And I don't, I'm just not that call in type of person, man. That's not me. I have to give them a week or two. If I got something scheduled, I got to give them a week or two. I'm just not that person. I don't call in that same day. Believe me, Gil, when I'm looking outside, that shit's tempting though. That shit is very tempting. I'm not going to sit there and try to front with y'all. That shit is very tempting. Just to look at the gray skies, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Gil and Yasser got a point. maybe Eagle should sit his ass down. Sit your ass down, Eagle. Don't even go in. No, I ain't even going in. F that. I should be on that F that mode. But anyway, let me get out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Y'all stop trying to be a bad influence on Eagle, man. My goddamn mods, man.